Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Sunday, 11th October, 2 days after I turned 46 years old. What's the difference between 46 and 26? Let me tell you what it is. It is I don't give a fuck and 20 kilos. So, would I rather be 46 or 26? I think I was pretty miserable at 26. Not because of anything that's going on, was going on in my life. Well, because of a lot of things that were going on in my life, actually. But also because I low-key had depression. So, and I suspect for hormonal reasons. Because as I've grown older, I have become less depressed. Or maybe I've just gotten used to being depressed, so I don't know that I'm depressed any longer. Okay, so we come to, what's his name? Schrodinger's cat. Is there a cat in the box if the box is closed, or, that whole catch-22 situation? So, but I think I'm not depressed. I think I think that I have a better awareness of my emotional state these days. I know when I am acting unreasonable, like this amount of anger that I'm holding is not proportional to whatever it is that made me angry. And then I try to find a reason for that. Usually, it's either that I'm ovulating or I am about to menstruate. I don't know why menopause is just like not coming to me. Been begging for years. It's just like, no, continue to suffer. Meanwhile, my period merrily Flo. Her name is Flo, right? According to the council, Flo is here month after month, like clockwork. In fact, flow has been really flowing recently, and it's like freaking me out. I don't think I've ever had such a heavy flow in all my years, when I just absolutely do not need them, like nothing I don't need. I don't need this shit, man. Being a woman is as tough as fuck, It just never ends. Anyway, so I've had a really, really lovely and yet really strange 2 birthday days. My birthday was on 9th, but I was working on that day. Rather, I was working in an office on that day, and so I didn't get a real chance to celebrate. I did get chocolate fudge cake, 2 of them, from my sister and my son, which was great. I never say no to a good chocolate fudge cake. It's an orgasm in my mouth. But I will admit that after today, I should probably not eat any chocolate fudge cake until like 2021 or 2022. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of cake. Okay. Like a lot of it. So, my day ones actually had me a full like cake, with like happy birthday Anne Marie and candles and shit, and cut the cake. And I don't know, but I think that was the first time that my friends have bought me a birthday cake. Surprised me with a birthday cake. My sister surprised me twice with a birthday cake, but apart from those 3 times, the last time that I ate birthday cake was when my mother was alive. She never forgot a single birthday. Anyway, so this weekend, I managed to spend some time with my friends after a whole, since quarantine started, 6 months of not seeing each other. So we had so much to talk about. Basically everything, because we just talk about, whatever comes to mind. Usually when I see friends talking, because these are like my 2 friends that I have, my 2 real friends, real friends. I don't mean that the other people are not real, but they're not friends. You know what I'm saying? So when I see people talking to their friends, there's a lot of fronting that you see, even, let's say I'm with my sister and then one of her friends comes, her whole demeanor changes. She becomes this other person, this person who is just different with her friends, and I've seen that a lot with many people, with even other friends that I have. And then maybe someone else comes into the picture and they change into this other person. So me and my 2 friends, we're not like that. We just whatever comes to my mind is what I'm saying. I don't need to front for these 2. I don't need to pretend like my marriage is perfect, or my kids are perfect, or my family is perfect, or I have all the money in the world, or my job is great. None of that. We just say like it is, If one of us was one of us was pretty annoyed with her spouse, and she just spent the whole time really articulating that. And the thing that we don't do, we do not badmouth children or spouses or families. We just listen, because just because today you're mad at them doesn't mean that tomorrow they're not still the people that you love, right? So we just listen and we allow you to vent, and then you can go home and make up with your brother or your mother or your son or your wife or your husband. So that's what we do. And I just feel so refreshed after that. It's showing yourself in front of somebody and having them accept you without question is the most refreshing thing that you can do for yourself. Because Kenyans especially, we love to criticize. We love to, why are you doing that? Why aren't you awake? It's 11 o'clock. They don't even ask you what time you went to bed, Maybe I went to bed at 6 o'clock, which I probably did. It's 11 o'clock. Shocking. What's wrong with you? You're so lazy. Always trying to look superior in front of somebody. And honestly, that behavior really, really, I don't indulge in it, and I don't like it. And I will cut you off. I don't care. I will be rude as fuck. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my president or my father. You will not talk to me like that, okay? Sorry. That's the thing with being over 40. Your self-respect catches up with your foot in mouth, so that you just whatever you're thinking, you just say it regardless of the consequences. Fuck, this is me, and you will not talk to me like that. I'm sorry, go away. And just mean it and be yeah, come back when you learn some respect. Which I think is not too much to ask, is it? People should have respect for each other. So, but you rarely find those relationships where you can be seen. You can be seen, and you can be heard, and you can be understood. And that is just, I'm so grateful that I've had that with these two people for 30 years and counting. It's I mean, no new friends, right? But also my neighbor is kind of like that. I have a neighbor and she's a counselor. So she also does tend, I don't really pretend with anyone, but I will keep quiet sometimes in company rather than disagree with whatever regressive views someone's spouting, as long as it's not like you're not spouting them at me. I'll just keep quiet and just let you do you, right? But with her, I can also just like be me and be myself and be great. I can be great. She allows me to be great and still be myself. She allows me to wake up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon without asking me what a lazy ass I am. So I really, really appreciate her, because I feel like when she looks at me, she just really sees me. And being seen is because you can be really surrounded. You can be surrounded by people and yet nobody sees you. And that is just like the most lonely thing that can happen. And speaking of loneliness, if you have someone in your life who is for you that friend, who these people are to me, I need you to reach out to them. In this time, this is a lonely time. This time of COVID is a lonely time because we're all like not really seeing each other. So really reach out and, ask them, how are you? How are you doing? And wait for them to answer you. People ask, how are you? But they do it in a way that they're not looking for an answer. They're looking for, okay, those formalities are finished. Now I can ask you for whatever it is that I wanted to ask you, usually money or whatever favor. So, like, oh, how are you? Okay, so tomorrow. So that can feel really isolating and just lonely. So take some time, if you have people who are real in your life, to find out how they are with no ulterior motives. And I will do the same. And as usual, I do not want to take this talk to last forever, so I'll stop here. Have a good rest of the night, morning, day, evening, and I will see you soon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and Happy New Year. I do believe the entire world has now crossed over to 2021. If you've made it to this time, I congratulate you. And I hope you join me in being grateful that you're still here, you're still pushing, you're still fighting. I don't want to dwell on how awful things have been for most of 2020, for most of the world. I want to dwell on the good things that we can look back on, and the good things that we have coming. Personally, I've had a bit of both, good luck, bad luck, but my whole thing is to just hold the line, just keep holding the line. And when it gets bad, just hold tighter, and just believe that it's for a season and it's for a reason, and you will know why sooner or later, and sooner or later it's going to be over. And all you have to do is hold the line until it's over. So that's been my philosophy of surviving 2020. And here we are in 2021, the first day. And my first resolution that I had made a promise that I was going to write a story, because I've been neglecting my stories. 2020 has not left me the creative juices to write my own stories, mostly because I have had a ton of work. Like, the popularity that I have experienced as a ghostwriter is unprecedented. But also because I was so busy just juggling so many. I'm saying was like it's over and it's not, but anyway, I was so busy juggling all these stories and whatnot, and there was just left no time for me to do any shit, I was ordering my drugs. Not my drugs. I don't take drugs. I was ordering my groceries online. I was ordering everything online, you know how it is, huh? So it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I have been living in front of my computer for the last 1 year. So this year, I am determined to give myself space to take care of me, to walk, to enjoy things, to write my own shit, all of that. And I started today with a story that I promised my readers that I would write on my blog. And it's from a picture of an elephant. And when I saw the picture, I was like, wow, this demands a story. And I thought it would be like an environmental conservation story, and it would be full of, and it was, the story that I was thinking of was full of some really preachy shit, I don't like preachy shit, if I like to disguise my preachy shit in phenomenal storytelling, and it wasn't coming out like that. It was coming out like, oh, you gotta preserve the environment for the elephants, and I wasn't liking it. Then we came back from our little getaway vacation. Just, one pet peeve, people have been saying that they're going on a staycation when they're actually going on a vacation. The meaning of staycation seems to have been convoluted into staying at an Airbnb, when staycation is actually taking a vacation in your own home. So it's really, the way people just adopt things without really knowing what they mean, and then are just applying a meaning to them and feeling very like, oh, I'm so trendy. Look at me saying staycation. I went on a staycation. No, you didn't, honey. You went on a vacation to an Airbnb somewhere else, okay? You did not stay in your home, and so you were not on a staycation. Anyway, as I was saying, when we came back from our vacation to Oldonyo Rock, which is like 2 hours from our house, um, my son had made some brownies, right? Wheat brownies, and I hadn't tasted them yet. I mean, I tasted them, and oh my God, he just is so talented. I mean, you can't taste the weed at all. It was delicious, so delicious. Chocolate brownies, you know. So, when we were there, him and his friend Robin indulged in some, and then they were doing this whole poetic thing about the hills and whatnot. But I didn't, because I didn't feel the need to. I was just so busy with, soaking in the pool and then doing the sauna, reading my fanfics, just taking endless photos of just a whole picturesque. It was so picturesque, so beautiful. It really revived my spirit. So when we came back, we still had some brownies, and I was hungry, and I hadn't had my midnight snack yet. So I was like, why not? Let me eat these brownies with a cup of coffee. And I just ate like I was eating normal stuff. Oh my God. It was like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I've never felt like that in my life, and I realized that I have never actually been drunk or high in my life, because I have never felt that out of control. That it was a trip. I was tripping. I have never tripped before in my life. I thought it was like, I was laughing and giggling and floating, and it wasn't like that at all. It was like everything is enhanced, everything. So all my fears, my fear of choking, claustrophobia. I was feeling claustrophobic because I couldn't escape from how high I was, Like I wanted to escape from that feeling, and it was just like crowding in on me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't." And I knew I was feeling like I'm gonna escalate. This is gonna escalate. It's gonna escalate, and I won't be able to breathe, and I'll die. So I had to distract myself, distract. And I went and I asked my son, please help me. I'm tripping. And he's just holding his head like, oh my God, facepalm. What is my mother doing? Why does she do this to me? And then I was feeling bad because I could see that, oh my God, he's worried. And now I'm feeling bad about that. And it's escalating into, oh my God, I'm a horrible mother. And I am never doing that again, man. It is horrible. And then I had this theory that, you know what? Subs are the ones who enjoy tripping, because they are okay with that loss of control. But then I thought, subs are the ones who are totally in control. They're the ones who are in control. They're the ones who decide how much pain they're willing to endure. They're the ones who decide whether it's red, it's green, or it's yellow. And so maybe it's DOMs. Maybe it's DOMs who are like, they enjoy that out of control feeling. So I explained this theory very carefully to my son, and he was like, oh my God, you have completely lost your mind. But you get it, don't you? You get it, right? So anyway, after that experience, the story changed. And it became about how, oh my God, what if you were tripping and then you saw an elephant of that size? What the fuck would you do? And I was like so sure that it would be, yikes! Is this real? Am I seeing this? So that's the story I wrote. Go and read it. It's on my blog. All right? Happy New Year.